knows me, anyone who has seen me minister here knows that I am a big person who promotes the sharing of our stories. It's one of the most powerful things that we can do. Yes, it's great if you know a few scriptures, that's awesome. But the most powerful thing you can do is share your story. Each and every one of us have a story. And tonight, with us tonight is a gentleman who's going to share his testimony. He's going to share his story. And let's give a round of applause for Chris Davis as he shares his testimony tonight.
So, I do track and field at the University of Albany. I'm a high jumper, which means that there's this really high bar and that I have to go and I run up to the bar and I jump over it, right? And this past winter, me and my team, we won our conference championship. But the road for us to get there was in no way easy, and it would not have been possible if we did not have God on our side.
Yes!
So, for one, my teammate Jalil, and I'm going to be talking about my high jumping teammates, and also I have 4 teammates that high jump with me, or 3 teammates that high jump with me. My teammate Jalil, his Achilles was injured, it was hurt, which is like this, the lower part of your ankle, which means like during practice for probably 3 weeks, he was not able to practice. Like he could not go to practice with us. He wasn't able to train. He wasn't able to jump. And track and field is a sport where you need to get the reps in. You got to do it over and over and over. You're jumping over a bar that's like 6 feet 10 inches in the air. You got to just practice and practice and practice and practice. And he would just be at practice watching us because he couldn't practice. My teammate Zai had the same injury. His Achilles was hurt, so he wasn't able to practice as much as he wanted to. On top of that, we were training in a basement. We didn't have the facilities we needed, and me, I was dealing with a whole lot of depression, anxiety, and a roommate that made it so I was not able to sleep, and I wasn't able to get out of that situation. And on top of that, my hamstring was like in pieces. Like I wasn't able to get sleep to recover from my hamstring, but then my hamstring, like I had a hamstring injury that I was battling, and I was not able to practice for the majority of that winter season. So we had our championship in February, and on the Thursday before our championship, which was on Monday, which was in Boston, I had a mental health crisis. And it was like 1 in the morning, and this is like the day before a critical practice for me. Coming from injury, I didn't have any chance to practice, but I was just like, I need to just take care of my mental health. And it was like 1 in the morning. I got in the car and I drove all the way home from Albany back to Long Island just so I could, get the support that I needed. So I came home, I was supported. My friend from another school also happened to be home, and it really gave me just the support that I needed to be able to go back. So on the Sunday, I drove all the way back up to Albany, and then the next morning, the Monday morning, I was on the bus going to Boston. So we had a lot of adversity. My friend Jalil, injured, couldn't practice. My friend Zai, injured, could barely practice. Me, my hamstring, my sleep, my mental health, my injury, everything. I wasn't really able to practice and get the reps in. But yet, we needed to win this championship because with track and field, I know a lot of you guys probably watch the Olympics. You only get one chance. And you get one chance to go up to that bar. Really, it's 3 chances. But you get one chance to go up to that bar, and then you have to wait a whole nother year, 365 days to do it again. So whatever you're going through, it doesn't really, you have to perform when you have to perform. So the night before, because we competed on a Tuesday, we went up to Boston on a Monday. The night before, Jalil, my teammate Jalil, had brought us into his hotel room. He texted our group chat and he said he wanted to hold a Bible study. And the theme of that Bible study was to let go and just leave it in God's hands. Just let go and leave it in God's hands. Because me, the way I got to, participate in Division I track and field at the University of Albany was I just willed myself to do it, use my mind, whatever I could do, my strength, train just to get me to where I had to be. Jalil used that same type of mentality, just pushing himself, just trying to get to where he wanted to go. But at this time, I didn't have a hamstring to jump with, nor the mental place to be able to get myself to that place I needed to be to jump. And the only thing we could do was just let go and leave it in God's hands. So the next day, Jalil, okay, his personal best was 6 feet 9 inches. But that was for 2 years, meaning that every competition since he jumped 6 feet 9 inches, he did not clear higher than that. He did not jump 6'9" or clear higher than that bar. So that's competition. It's probably like 8, 10 competitions in a year, 20 competitions. He did not clear over 6'9". But he had this theme in his head where it was just like, just let go and just leave it in God's hands. God, whatever God has planned for us, God's gonna let it happen. So that means not only did Jalil jump 6'9", but then he jumped 6'10", and he jumped 6'11".
Yes!
And he won a gold medal and placed in our American East Championship. I mean, just to show that like he was just like, it was all in God's hands. Jalil was the most serious guy you could imagine. He goes up to the bar, he's mad, angry, he's not talking to anybody. This guy was, before he went up to the bar, he started dancing and just dancing around, and we're like, and then he jumped 6'11", because at that point, it wasn't him doing it. It wasn't him jumping 6'11", because he had let go. He had let go. And at that point, it was all in God's control. That's why he was dancing and just letting go, because it doesn't matter. God got us. That's not it. Because my friend Zai, who I was telling you about, who also had injured his Achilles, his personal best was 6 feet 7 inches. But not only did he jump 6'7", he jumped 6'8", and then he jumped 6'9", and then he jumped 6 feet 10 inches. That does not ever happen when it comes to track. You feel like it doesn't happen. But it was that same mentality of just letting go and leaving it in God's hands. And then me, I didn't jump. I was having a horrible year in terms of mentally and physically and my hamstring. And I didn't jump. My personal best is 6 feet 7, but that season, I didn't jump higher than 6'2", right? But then when I got there and I just let go, I was running up to the bar smiling, and I ended up jumping 6 feet 4 inches and getting a 2-inch season personal best because I just let go. And it was that mindset of just leaving it in God's hands, because no matter what, God has us and God has a plan for us. And we end up, all three of us end up placing in the competition, and our whole team won the American East Championship. Me and Jalil were standing next to each other, and we're looking at our teams, the celebration, and we got, our trophy. And it wasn't even that we were happy that we had won this championship. We were so happy because we were just like, Jalil was like, Chris, look at all the people that we can show that what God had done for us. Because we could not have done this by ourselves. So when I'm holding that trophy, it doesn't represent to me what I had done or what I had accomplished. It represents to me what God had willed me out of. We were all in a place where we could not have accomplished what we accomplished. But through God's strength and just letting go, falling back, it's like a trust fall where you just fall back and you gotta have that trophy, and that trophy represents what God can do for you when it seems like there's no other option. So that's my testimony, but no matter what you guys are going through, whatever, you guys, we all have a God that we can just let go, and He'll still take care of us no matter what we're going through. So thank you all for listening to that.
Thank you so much, Chris. Come on, can we just give him another hand? And can we just give him a round of applause for how good God is? right? Because can anyone relate to Chris? In that in life, things get hard, things get tough, and intimidation creeps in, doubt creeps in, shame creeps in. But thanks be to God that we have the victory through Jesus Christ. Amen? Amen. And so this is actually such a perfect segue because that's exactly what